First at 4, Michigan's top health official says we are in a race against time to beat COVID-19. We just got new numbers that show that challenge is growing. We showed you the shocking video of an attack on an Asian woman. Today, we are going to talk about the arrest and the suspect's disturbing criminal past. Plus, Ben is working on a very important forecast.
Yeah, Karen, the sunshine looks nice now, but it looks like that return of winter is a lot closer than you think. We'll track the snow and the cold for opening day. Paula?
Hey, Ben, the words and deeds of the late Sheriff Benny Napoleon live on, and you can be wings on this angel. I'll show you how. These stories and more are happening right now on Local 4, First at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, COVID numbers are spiking in Michigan, even as the state scrambles to get more people vaccinated. Now, there's no doubt we are at a critical point in the battle against this virus. The city of Sterling Heights is stepping up its vaccination effort with a new drive-through center. It's located at the former Sears Automotive Center at Lakeside Mall and will be open 5 hours a day from Tuesday to Saturday. The head of Michigan's health department brought an urgent message to the opening.
We are in a race against time, race to safely vaccinate as many residents as possible, and at the same time, drive down our current COVID-19 trends. This is what makes collaborations like this so important, and every location, every vaccinator, every staff member and volunteer, and every person who passes through this site to get their vaccine or who helps someone else get vaccinated, you are all saving lives.
But many trends are heading in the wrong direction. Today, Michigan is reporting more than 6,300 new cases in the past 24 hours. It is the first time the state has topped 6,000 cases in a single day since December 5th. The 7th-day positivity rate is 12% as of Monday, and we've seen 10 additional deaths since yesterday. Detroit's mayor hopes to up the vaccines to 8,000 a day at the TCF Center. It will start offering an indoor walk-up option to get more people vaccinated, which could happen more quickly than the drive-through option. Remember, we have plenty of vaccine information on our website at clickondetroit.com. Pfizer has some encouraging news about the use of its COVID vaccine in adolescents. The company says clinical trials show the vaccine is 100% effective in kids ages 12 to 15 years old. So far, the results also show the young people tolerated the dose as well without significant side effects. Right now, the Pfizer vaccine is only authorized for those 16 years and older. At 6, Dr. Frank McGeorge will be joining the conversation with more on the data and what happens next. Well, this name change that we talked about yesterday was actually an early April Fool's joke. For 2 days, it looked like Volkswagen was changing its name to Volkswagen to emphasize its commitment to electric vehicles. Well, the company did not comment as many journalists tried to figure out if that change was the real thing. The reports were based on a press release, but now the company confirms the name is not changing. Some people on social media wonder if VW intended to make the change, but then walked it back under criticism. We'll let you draw your own conclusions. Meantime, it is no joke. Baseball returns to the Motor City tomorrow with opening day for the Detroit Tigers. Our cameras were rolling as the team hit the field at Comerica Park. That was just a few hours ago. Tigers will face the Cleveland Indians tomorrow at 1:10. The park is only open to 20% capacity. Tailgating is not allowed and COVID safety precautions are in place. At 5, Local 4's Jimmy Edmonds is going to dig a little deeper into what the team and the fans are facing during this home opener during a pandemic. Meantime, we wish the forecast was an April Fool's joke because it is going to be a cold one out there if you're going to the game. It's definitely would be a good year to stay home and watch that game, Ben, but I know a lot of people who have tickets are so excited.
They sure are, Karen. Good to get back to the ballpark, but yeah, if you're a diehard Tigers fan, you know stuff like this happens on opening day, and it is going to be one of our more challenging days to get through tomorrow. 37, that's going to be our high temperature. Wind chills at the ballpark tomorrow will be in the 20s because of those gusts near 30 miles per hour, and yes, there are going to be a few snowflakes out there tomorrow, but there's going to be a few tonight as well. You can already see that activity going on in the northern part of the state. That starts rotating down as we get through the evening hours tonight. So look for a snow shower as we see the sunset. Temperatures falling into the mid-30s by midnight. But boy, that morning tomorrow is going to be tough. We'll look at the lows, the wind chills, and when we finally get all this winter stuff out of here in just a few minutes. Karen?
All right. Thank you, Ben. Day 3 in the trial for Derek Chauvin focused on the moments leading up to George Floyd's death. The former Minneapolis police officer is charged with murder and manslaughter in the case that sparked a racial reckoning. Devin Skillion in the newsroom with today's testimony from a convenience store cashier and some new video from that fateful day. Devin?
Yeah, Karen, prosecutors used that cashier to lay out the timeline of the events that ended in George Floyd's arrest and, of course, death. 19-year-old Christopher Martin worked at Cup Foods. He says Floyd came in to buy cigarettes. He described an interaction with Floyd, saying he seemed under the influence.
When I had asked him if he played baseball, he went on to respond to that, but it kind of took him a little long to get to what he was trying to say, so it would appear that he was high.
Prosecutors played security footage showing Floyd in Cup Foods for about 10 minutes. He's seen talking with people inside before buying those cigarettes. Martin told the courtroom he suspected Floyd's $20 bill was counterfeit, which led to the call to police. Floyd was later arrested outside. Martin says he saw Floyd motionless on the ground with Chauvin's knee on his neck.
What was going through your mind during that time period?
Disbelief and guilt.
Okay. Why guilt?
If I would have just not taken the bill, this could have been avoided.
Chauvin's defense team argues Floyd died from underlying health conditions and drugs in his system. Trial still going on at this hour, so a full wrap-up of the events coming up today on Local 4 News at 5. Karen, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Devin. New York police have made an arrest in the horrific attack of an Asian woman, and the suspect has a disturbing criminal past. Police say 38-year-old Brandon Elliott is the man seen on surveillance video kicking and stomping on the woman near Times Square on Monday. He was taken into custody at a hotel that serves as a homeless shelter. Elliott is a parolee who was convicted of killing his mother nearly 20 years ago. He faces several new charges, including assault as a hate crime. The victim recovering at home tonight. President Joe Biden is scheduled to outline a massive infrastructure proposal, and that's going to happen within the hour. He just traveled to Pittsburgh to kick off the $2 trillion plan. White House officials say the spending over 8 years would generate millions of new jobs. The president wants to pay for the program with higher corporate taxes, which will be a tough sell to Republicans and some moderate Democrats. New at 5, we hope to hear from the president. We'll take a look at how that money will be spent. The late Wayne County Sheriff Benny Napoleon left behind a long legacy of service to his community. Well, today in a Local 4 exclusive, we're going to tell you about a new effort to continue what he spent a lifetime doing. Napoleon's daughter spoke with our Paula Tutman about her plans to honor her father and how all of us can get involved. Paula?
Hey, Karen. Yeah, he died in December, and I don't know about you, but I often think about him. It was so painful and so untimely that he died from COVID-19. But there's an angel sitting on his daughter's shoulder, and that angel's name is, of course, Benny Napoleon. For the daughter of the late Sheriff Benny Napoleon, a lasting pain will always be if he could have just held on a little longer.
He said, we'll have a vaccine by December. We just got to make it to December. That's really what he had his hope set on, was, just making it to get that vaccination. So seeing how soon after his passing that the vaccination actually became a reality, of course, it makes you wonder, why? Why not just a couple weeks, a month later?
When COVID stole those twinkling eyes and dazzling smile December 17th, the hole left in the community went beyond lawman.
He loved to supply Christmas gifts to children at Christmas times. He loved to provide their moms and their dads with dinner. He loved to hold fundraisers and to help any youth organization that he could. The seniors, they all loved him. He loved them. So I just felt like it was my responsibility to continue that.
And so Tiffany Jackson, his only child, has found a way to keep her father's mission alive with the Benny and Napoleon Community Foundation for Community Advancement.
For sure, this winter, we're going to provide families with Christmas gifts and with Christmas dinner, because for 11 years straight, my dad did that. And last year was the first year that he wasn't able to do it because he was hospitalized. So I will not let another year go by that does not happen. And then later on, I don't know if I want to give all the details, but we're going to work with Michigan State Law School, and we're going to do something great for some law students. So I'm really excited about that.
And for a daughter, the honor to carry her father with her includes the community walking with her through this painful journey.
I buried him with one of these on his arm, and then I wear the other one. So I feel that connection to him, I needed to find a way to make me feel like, of course, the memories and the bond and all of that, but just sort of a physical representation to make me feel like we're always connected.
Yeah, and this is just another one of those ways to feel connected and to continue the work. Now, the foundation is very, very new. In fact, they don't have their 501c3 yet. However, their website just went up today, Karen, and so you can actually sign up, engage, volunteer, and also be able to donate money in the very, very near future to continue these good works. But I also really like that little teaser she gave about doing something great for law students at Michigan State as well, Karen.
Yeah, definitely grabbed my attention on that one. All right, thank you,
Yep.
Paula. Coming right up, it is a Help Me Hank alert that will affect more than 500,000 drivers. Find out if you might be affected by a problem with the fuel pump. The White House calls it another minor accident for Major Biden, but he's not the first White House dog to have a reputation for trouble. We'll explain. And federal prosecutors say one of TV's Real Housewives was hiding something illegal. Stick around for trending stories.